Hello, this is Dr. Bueno. Today I am going to just walk you through this dimensional analysis in calculating dosages. Okay, so this problem is asking us if what a doctor ordered is safe to administer. The doctor ordered phenytoin or dilantin 200 milligrams PO 3 times a day or TID. The patient weighed 53 pounds. The dose range for this medication is 7.5 to 8.8 milligram per kilogram per dose. So now we are going to determine if the dose the doctor ordered is safe. So meaning that what is the lowest dose we can give to this patient and what is the highest dose we can give to this patient. So now let's start with the low dose. So the low dose is 7.5 milligrams per kilogram. And since the patient's weight is recorded in pounds, now we are going to convert kilogram to pounds. So now we're going to put on top 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds because 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. So now we are going to cancel kilogram. Since we also need to get rid of pounds, so now we are going to put the patient's weight on top, 53 pounds. Now we are going to cancel pounds. So just put over 1 because you only have one patient. Now multiply 7.5 times 53 divided by 2.2. That will give us 180.68 milligrams. So now we are going to set up the high dose. The high dose is 8.8 milligrams per kilogram. Again, we are going to get rid of the kilogram. So we're going to put on top 1 kilogram over 2.2 because 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. Now we are going to get rid of the pounds. So now we're going to put the patient's weight on top, 53 pounds over 1, because you only have one patient. Now cancel pounds. What we have left now is milligrams. So now we're going to multiply 8.8 milligrams times 53 divided by 2.2. That will give us 212 milligrams. So now let's look at what the doctor ordered. The doctor ordered 200 milligrams per dose, right? Okay, so now we are going to see. So now 200 is in between 180.68 and 212. So that means that 200 milligrams is in between these two numbers. So this dose is safe to administer. Okay, so now this problem is simply recording total intake for the patient. So we are going to use 240 ml for 1 cup and then 30 ml for 1 ounce. So now the patient had 1 cup of coffee, so that means that is 240 ml. Now 3 ounces of orange juice times, so that will give us 90 ml because 3 times 30 is equal to 90. And then the patient also had 2 of the 220 ml Italian ice, so that will give us 440. And then the patient also had 5 ounces of water times 30, that will give us 150 ml. So now we are going to add 240 plus 90 plus 440 plus 150, that will give us 920 ml. Okay, so this problem is asking us to convert mcg to milligram because but the doctor ordered is in milligrams and what we have available is in mcg. So what we are going to do is to determine how many tablets are we going to give. So now we are going to set up our equation. So we have one tablet is 250 mcg, which is here. Now we are going to cancel mcg. So now we're going to put on the top 1000 mcg and 1 milligram. So 1000 mcg is equal to 1 milligrams. So now we cancel mcg and mcg. So now we have milligrams. So we also have to cancel these milligrams because we only need a tablet. Okay, so now we are going to put the doctor's order, which is 0.25 milligrams over 1 because this is only one order. So now we are going to cancel milligrams and milligrams, and now we're going to multiply 1000 times 0.25 divided by 250, that will give us 1 tablet. Okay, so this is a weight-based problem. The doctor ordered amoxicillin or Amoxil 5 milligrams per kilogram IM daily. The patient weighed 135 pounds. So it's asking us how many milligrams will the nurse administer for one dose. Since we're looking for milligrams, we're going to start the one with the milligram. In this case, it's 5 milligrams. Okay, so now we're going to set it up. So 5 milligrams over 1 kilogram times, to cancel the kilogram, we are going to put kilogram on top. So 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Now we are going to put what the patient weight is, which is 135 pounds. Now cancel pounds, cancel kilogram. Now we are going to multiply 5 times 135 divided by 2.2. That will give us 306.81818. So we are going to round it to the nearest whole number, since the rounding instruction says round to the nearest whole number. So our answer is going to be 307 milligrams per dose. Okay, so this problem is we are going to convert teaspoon to ml. So now we have an order of ibuprofen 100 milligrams, oral solution every 4 hours as needed for mild pain. What we have is ibuprofen 200 milligrams in 1 teaspoon. So now it's asking us how many ml are we going to give. So there are two things we can do in here. You can either start with a conversion or you can do conversion later. So let me show you both. I'm going to start with conversion first. So here we know that 1 teaspoon has 5 ml and we're looking for ml. So I'm going to put 5 ml on top because I know I'm looking for ml and over 1 teaspoon. So now I need to get rid of teaspoon. So now I'm going to put 1 teaspoon on top over 200 milligrams. So now cancel teaspoon. Now I also need to cancel milligrams. So what I would need to do is to put what the doctor ordered, which is 100 milligrams. And I over 1 because this is one order. So now I'm going to cancel milligrams. So now what we have left is just the ml. The next thing I will do is I'm going to multiply. So 5 times 100 divided by 200, that will give us 2.5 ml. So the other way of doing it is you can also start with the teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon has 200 milligrams. Now we are going to cancel milligrams. So the next thing I will do is to put what the doctor ordered on top so I can cancel the milligrams. So I'm going to put 100 milligrams, cancel the milligrams. And then now I'm going to convert teaspoon to ml. So we know that 1 teaspoon has 5 ml. So now we have to put 5 ml over 1 teaspoon. The next thing is we are going to multiply. So 100 times 5 divided by 200 is going to give us 2.5 ml. Okay, so now we're dealing with medication in a liquid, suspension, or elixir form. So what the doctor ordered is ritonavir or Norvir 500 milligrams PO daily. Available is ritonavir or Norvir oral suspension 75 milligrams per ml. So then it's asking us how many ml are we going to give. So now since we're looking for ml, I'm going to start the one with ml. So now we're going to do 1 ml over 75 milligrams. So now we're going to cancel this milligram. And to do that, we are going to put what the doctor ordered, which is 500 milligrams. So now 500 milligrams over 1 because this is just one order. Cancel milligrams. Now we have ml left. Now we are going to divide 500 divided by 75. That will give us 6.6666. The rounding direction says round to the nearest tenth. And since this is 0.66, so now I'm going to add one number to the 6 over here. So now it will be 6.7 ml. This is how much we're going to give to the patient. Okay, so the next problem is just determining how many capsules are we going to give based on what we have. So what we have here is 250 milligrams per capsule. The doctor ordered Pretend Med XR 500 milligrams. So now we are going to determine how many capsules are we going to give to our patient. So let's start with capsule because this is what we're looking for. So we determined that we have one capsule is 250 milligrams. Now we are going to cancel this milligram because we're going to give capsules, right? So now we are going to put what the doctor ordered, which is 500 milligrams. Now we are going to cancel the milligrams. And I put over 1 because this is only one order. Okay, so now I'm going to divide 500 divided by 250. That will give us 2.5. But this is capsule, so that means that we cannot cut it in half. So we're going to round it to the whole number. So now our final answer is 3 capsules. This is how much we're going to give to the patient. Okay, so the next problem is asking us how many ml are we going to give? Because what we have is an oral suspension. What the doctor ordered is augmentin 200 milligrams daily. And what we have is 125 milligrams per 5 ml. And since we're looking for ml, I am going to start with 5 ml. So now we are going to set up as 5 ml over 125 milligrams. Now I need to cancel these milligrams because I will only need the ml. Okay, so now I'm going to put the doctor's order, which is 200 milligrams, over 1 because this is one order. Now cancel the milligrams. What we have left now is the ml. The next thing is we are going to multiply. So 5 times 200 divided by 125, that will give us 8 ml. This is how much we're going to give to the patient. Okay, so the next one is dose over time. What that means is that the doctor is just asking us, okay, so the patient is getting 500 milligrams of this medication 3 times a day because TID is 3 times a day. So then how many milligrams will the client receive in 72 hours? So now we are going to set it up. We're going to determine how many milligrams will the patient take in 72 hours. So now we have 500 milligrams. And since TID is 3 times a day, we're going to give the medication every 8 hours. So I'm going to put 500 milligrams every 8 hours times 72 hours over 1 day. So then we are going to multiply. So 500 times 72 divided by 8, that will give us 4,500 milligrams. Okay, this problem is just conversion. It's basically just asking us, okay, 45 ml of milk of magnesia is how many tablespoons? We know that 1 tablespoon is equal to 15 ml. So we are going to divide 45 divided by 15 is equal to 3. So we are giving 3 tablespoons.